guys, welcome back to Lessons with Parker and Sawyer. I'm Parker.
And I'm Sawyer.
And today we're going to be going over fairy tale riddles.
Parker, what is a riddle?
A riddle is a puzzling question or problem to be solved or guessed. So today we have a couple cards here, and we're going to be figuring out the fairy tale riddle. So, number 1 says, I turned a pumpkin into a beautiful coach, and mice into horsemen, so Cinderella could go to the ball. Who am I?
Well, the only magical figure I could think of from Cinderella would be the fairy godmother.
So, like Sawyer said, the fairy godmother turned the pumpkin into a beautiful coach and the mice into a horseman so Cinderella can go to the ball. I was very hungry when I met a little girl in the woods. When she told me where she was going, I ran ahead and set a trap for her. I dressed up like an old grandmother and waited in bed until she arrived. Who am I?
Well, the only big bad guy I could think of that would meet a little girl in the woods and then dress up as a grandma would be the wolf. The big bad wolf, because he was just a hungry guy and he tried to eat Little Red Riding Hood.
My wicked stepmother made me do all the work. My fairy godmother sent me to the ball to meet the prince. At midnight, my beautiful gown turned back into rags. Who am I?
That sounds like poor old Cinderella. She had a wicked stepmother and then Cinderella did all the work, and then the magical fairy godmother made her a beautiful princess.
So, I climbed up a giant beanpole that reached into the clouds. I went into the giant's castle and took his gold, his magic kin, and harp. Who am I?
Well, Jack from,
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, Jack and the Beanstalk. He was the one that planted magical beans. He climbed up. He messed with the giant, stole his items. I think it's Jack.
Okay. So, Jack climbed up the gigantic beanpole that reached into the clouds. Jack took the giant's gold, his magic kin, and a harp. I saw a group of farm animals running around. They thought the sky was falling. I led those silly animals into my cave. Who am I?
Foxy Loxy, just once again another big bad hungry animal. And so when she saw all of these farm animals running around dazed and confused, she took advantage of it.
An acorn landed on my head. I thought the sky was falling. Who am I?
That's that good old Henny Penny. An acorn hit his head, or her head, and thought the world was ending. So
I was stolen from the giant. As the thief ran away with me, I cried out, help, help. What am I?
that was the giant's magical harp, because harps can talk in this fairy tale. And yeah, just the giant's magical harp.
A frightened hen ran up to me and said, the sky is falling. Who am I?
That's Turkey Lurkey, the mayor, and he was the one that was like in charge of the town. He's a mayor, of course. So Henny Penny thought, if we tell Turkey Lurkey can do something. But Turkey Lurkey just got aggravated.
I met a beautiful girl at my ball. She ran away at midnight. All I had left was our glass slipper. Who am I?
That's Prince Charming. He found the glass slipper and tried to chase her down because he was in love with her. So
I was working in the woods when I heard a little girl scream. I ran to help her. A wolf was chasing her around the house. I rescued the little girl. Who am I?
that's the woodsman or the lumberjack. He was just minding his business in the wood, heard this little girl screaming, and went and helped her out like a good guy.
My grandmother was sick. Mother sent me to grandmother's house with a basket of good things for her to eat. Who am I?
That's Little Red Riding Hood. She got saved by the woodsman. She had the basket of goods, and the wolf wanted to eat the basket of goods and even her. So
And our last one, it says, I lived in a castle in the clouds. A boy stole my bag of gold, my magic kin, and my singing harp. Who am I?
that's the giant. The singing harp was his. The bag, Jack stole it from him. Said it's just giant.
So that had been Sawyer and I going over some fairy tale riddles. Like I said, this has been Parker and Sawyer, and we hope to see you next time.